find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
Smashmouth Footballers. Introducing Nick Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, Smashmouth Footballers.
Hey, welcome to Smashmouth Footballers. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
I'm the Cadillac.
And guys, hey, we're about to wrap up this 3-part series on our running backs. It's been a great journey getting to see who's coming up going into next year, who's going to be a great asset to these teams, especially for our fantasy leagues. And, can't wait to see what these rookies do going into next year.
Right. You want to start with number 5?
Sure.
Number 5, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs was a league winner for many, many people this year. He carried the ball a lot more than it seemed like he did for me. I mean, he was always in the end zone. 17 games, 301 attempts, 1,329 yards, 4.4 yards per carry. 15 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, that's where he made his money. It was later on in the year too. If you saw how many injuries Green Bay had going down the stretch, and I mean that really helped. And he was having multiple touchdown games there at the end. In standard and half PPR, he was 5th. I believe Devin and Chain actually beat him in PPR leagues. Mm-hmm. But going forward, you've got to think he's going to be a second round. He's next year going in. Josh Jacobs for what he did, and this is not the first time we've seen him do it. In Las Vegas, he was the guy.
Even on a terrible
team, he produced.
And they struggled this year.
So you got to think. All right, we know Christian Watson is going to miss some time early on next year.
Mm-hmm. Okay, they need to get that dude out of there.
Yeah, he's got. They got to. I don't know.
Jaden Reed is at number 2. He's not a number 1.
He's not a number 1. He
might not be a number 2.
He faltered down at the end. Yeah, and
he makes some amazing catches. He's a great in the moment player, but he just didn't have it when the team needed it.
And then they had. It seemed like later on in the year too. Was it Romeo Dobbs? They were having kind of problems with.
Yeah, he was having a little bit of issue.
Yeah, and so you have to think going on. You've already seen this, and he succeeded. Well upon the later part of the year when all that was going on. Well, going into this, I feel like it's going to be more of it. I have him a little lower going in next year.
I do too.
I have him a little lower. I don't expect him to do what he did this year.
He has to go lower for Jonathan Taylor to move up.
Yeah, and Jonathan Taylor, I think, is going to move up. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be in that top 5 this year. And even looking at what Devin Achane did staying healthy, I think he can do it again this year. So
Josh Jacobs did have 36 receptions, 342 yards, 1 touchdown, but the dude fumbled the ball 3 times.
Yeah.
He was the most consistent thing on that team.
And they got Marshawn Lloyd coming up too. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if how much he's going to take from him going in next year. But I mean, I think if I'm drafting snake draft, I'm going to have him in the second.
I don't look past him if he's there.
No, not in second round. I want him. I'll take him, of course. Why not? I mean, these numbers. You got more of the same, it looks like, until they add a weapon. So
I don't see it happening until Jordan Love. He's an average quarterback at best. People pump him up to be more than what he is. I don't think he is.
I would like for them to get both tight ends working now, Musgraves, and I want Musgraves more because coming out he was actually the pass catching tight end of that draft, and they drafted 2 tight ends
using him as a blocker.
Yeah,
and then they had Kraft out there catching the ball.
Yeah, and they had Kraft catching the ball, but Musgraves was supposed to be the weapon coming out of the draft.
So the big point is that for Green Bay to be successful, it's not their running game they got to change; it's their passing game.
Yeah,
and their wide receiver. So it looks like more of the focus will be that direction than on Josh Jacobs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I think he's a mainstay.
Yeah. That's it.
Next, number 4.
Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson had an amazing year. Mm-hmm. Even with Tyler Algier kind of taking some stuff, he was averaging 20.1 fantasy points a game. with Algier in there, he finished the year with 341 fantasy points, and that's PPR. I think he has a better year next year.
With Penix.
Yes, with Penix, with this offense, a second year. The weapons are still there. Drake London's still there. We do not ever know what we're going to get from Kyle Pitts, right?
Nope.
But Bijan Robinson's an absolute animal.
I think we kind of know what we're going to get from Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, should we just call it what it is?
He's a zero.
That's kind of what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I expected way more out of him for his athletic ability and style, and it doesn't come. But the one thing that is for sure, I mean, Bijan 20.1 fantasy points a game. I don't know where you have him next year.
Same spot.
1?
No. Number 4.
You have him at 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously CMC is dropping down.
Way down.
Yeah. CMC's dropping down for you. Where do you have him?
No, I kind of feel like he either falls in the 4 or 5 spot. This team right here, even when they do make some changes, Bijan's going to be the focus of the team.
I think Bijan, if they do it right, he could have 1,700 yards rushing next year.
That's what I think.
I think he's a definite PPR monster.
He is my number 1 running back going into next year.
Understood. I can definitely see it.
Yeah, he is my number 1.
Did you see the fact he didn't fumble at all?
No
Yeah.
fumbles.
0 fumbles. 17 games. He carried the ball 304 times. He didn't fumble at all.
You know, and it was Kirk Cousins just throwing interceptions and turnovers galore. Like, imagine if he would have been able to run the ball. If those turnovers didn't have it, how many more touches he would have had. And 300-something touches with Algier back there. And we legitimately all year were like, well, you know, Tyler Algier is going to get some. And when he ran the ball, he is productive. But this goes to show you that.
Well, Bijan needs a break.
Yeah.
He had 500-yard rushing games this season.
Yep.
That's 3 more than last year. So the dude's definitely on the uptick.
Yeah, he's going to be my number 1 running back next year.
And of all the 5 running backs we're talking about today, he's the only one that hasn't fumbled at all this year. Last year.
Yeah.
So
I think he's great. I think the dude's Atlanta better keep him. They better keep him happy.
Yeah, that's going to be their offense going, especially next year. I think is going to be the best year because he's just going up. And Atlanta's just getting more talent. They got Penix now, less turnovers. Let's fix the offensive line a little bit more. Let's get younger there, and he's going to be my number 1 RB1 going in next year.
They're going to hand the ball a lot. Penix he's a very accurate young quarterback, but they're going to use the running game a lot.
Yep.
all right, next guy up, Mr. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Love him.
Gosh,
what
great.
an explosive team this year. And you know what's crazy? I'm about to give these stats out. Is this guy is like 50-50 with another running back scoring almost the same amount of points.
Yeah, and
I mean, it's ridiculous.
And he got and Montgomery got hurt.
Yeah,
and the dude absolutely took over.
He took over.
I just stopped. I apologize. Those games, whenever Montgomery went out, it was 16-17, and he missed part of that 15, 28.4 fantasy points, 25.4 fantasy points, and 26.3 fantasy points. He averaged 21.3 fantasy points with David Montgomery hawking touchdowns.
All the time.
Yep, and PPR scoring.
All right, so Jahmyr Gibbs, he played 17 games. Mm-hmm. He got 250 attempts. Now, I mean, Bijan got 304.
Yep.
You know, Derrick Henry, 325. This guy got 250 attempts, 1,412 rushing yards, 5.6 yards per carry. That's what we want. Yeah. That's what I want running back.
Oh, yeah.
16 rushing touchdowns, 52 receptions, 517 receiving yards with 4 receiving touchdowns. He did fumble one time.
He has his balance is so great when he runs the ball. Mm-hmm. His patience and his balance, his vision, and
he reminds me of a better Kamara.
He reminds me of young Kamara. Yeah. He reminds me of young Alvin Kamara. The balance is just amazing.
And
if you took Matt Forte and Alvin Kamara and made them into one person, it's Jahmyr Gibbs.
He's good. He's that good. And
he is very good.
He can take the ball anywhere. He can take it from anywhere on the field to the house.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He's fun to watch. And
For me, he stays in the same spot though at number 3.
Yeah, don't let that boy get in open space either.
Oh no!
Oh,
So
dude, he's dangerous.
remember, we had doubts about him because of his size.
yeah,
Him and A-Chain.
A-Chain.
This dude bulked up.
Oh, did he? What?
Yeah, and he's an animal up the middle right now.
Yeah.
So
So
You can run anywhere. That offensive line is great.
Mm-hmm.
You're still going to get that. Detroit. Can we win a playoff game? Can we do something in the playoffs?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think these guys, Detroit here, I think they come back with a vengeance next year. Something's gonna change. They're gonna make some kind of dramatic change, and it ain't gonna be
it's
the
got to
running
be on
game.
defense. Their
It's
defense is what hurt them. And Jared Goff throwing interceptions.
That boy got scared.
Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. I mean,
11 of them got hurt on defense.
11 of them were injured. Yep. And now they're saying they might go get Myles Garrett. They're trying to see if they can afford it. So if you'd had Hayden Hutchinson on one side, Myles Garrett on the other, that'd be phenomenal.
So I love David Montgomery. I'd let him walk to sign Myles Garrett.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
Jahmyr Gibbs pulling enough weight. I think you can sacrifice that.
yeah, I mean, they didn't miss a beat when Montgomery's out. And
I mean, the Saints need somebody. So
and then in the playoffs, stop getting cute. Run the ball.
That's it.
keep your foot on the throat.
Don't change stuff that works.
Yeah. Stop getting cute. Run the ball.
All right. Next up, the King.
Derrick Henry.
King Henry.
King Henry.
So
That's
17 games, 325 attempts, 1,921 yards for the old man. 5.9 yards per carry, 16 rushing touchdowns, 19 receptions. He's not well known to be a receiving running back.
he can catch the ball. They just hardly ever throw it to him. And you saw a lot of Justice Hill coming out the backfield.
Yeah, he had 2 receiving touchdowns, only 1 fumble,
Yeah. It's,
which is rare for him. He never fumbles the ball. So, man, I'm gonna break a lot of hearts out there. Derrick Henry falls out of the top 5 for me next year.
You think so?
Yep, because one guy needs to come up.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor's taking that spot next year. If they can get that quarterback,
Jonathan Taylor missed a lot because of his team last year.
if they can get that quarterback issue fixed,
Yeah, it was a revolving door between Flacco and Richardson and whoever else they were going to put down there. It was
And then they finally stepped on the gas and started using Taylor like he was meant to be at the end of the year.
yeah, he's just got to scoring 2 touchdowns at a time.
1,900 yards on year 9.
Oh, look, this is it. That dude is
Commercials, flipping refrigerators.
He looks better now. He does. Like, if you notice, he's in way better shape. Like, he's big, but he's not as big, but he's like more stout.
Not as fast. He's lost his
I mean, who needs to be fast when you're the size of a Volkswagen?
Yeah, you can't tackle a Volkswagen.
5.9 yards a carry. Can I ask you something? If we were in an alley, like, people I don't want running to me,
It's
Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Don't. Hey, how much do you think I could ever tackle Derrick Henry? Do you think I could?
I don't think you could stop a car, so you can't stop Derrick Henry.
You think if we shut that door and it was me and Derrick Henry, do you think I could be able to tackle him?
That's over with, bro.
No.
He would kill me.
No, he would
I'm
just
pretty
stand
sure.
there and laugh at you while you kept grabbing his ankles.
We'd
I think
Like a
so,
little
too.
chihuahua.
I think we'd come in here and sweep up the pieces that were left behind.
Yeah, I don't think I could be able to tackle
I'm going to
him.
need him to autograph your forehead when he's done.
But I do.
I'll
Derrick
get it
Henry's
tattooed. I'll get his autograph tattooed on my forehead.
At some point, the age has to catch up with him. I don't know.
What does he do to take care of his body? How much money do you think he spends taking care of his body?
He has like a person that does his meals, a nutritionist. He has a person for everything. So when you lose flexibility is when you start going down in health. This dude has people that do yoga with him, stretching, flexible.
You imagine that big old dude doing yoga?
Yeah, stretching his leg.
Do it. Wait, I woke up at 5. I woke up,
Derrick
couldn't go
Henry
back to sleep.
in the downward dog.
I felt like I had lupus, And this dude right here is. And look, I got psoriasis. My skin constantly itches. And look at this guy.
Yeah, I know.
He's Adonis. It's not fair.
I mean, he's going to be fully gray beard, gray hair, running a football in the NFL. I
Like
believe
Herschel
that.
Walker.
Yeah,
Doing MMA at 50
45 years old.
Yeah.
You know
this
what-
dude is
you know
going to be
what
in the
it
top
is?
10.
Is somewhere along the line he told somebody I'm going to do better than Frank Gore.
Man, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's
Telling
hard to
you.
do.
Been that year, that long.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm somewhat with you at their top 5. They got to get Justice Hill to catch the ball in the backfield. somebody is just going to get better. I don't see him getting 1,900 yards again, even though this offense is suited for him. It's just, I don't think it's going to happen again.
I think he sits 5 or 6 next year. I still think he's still in the top area. I think he's between 5 and 6. Because I mean, look at the team. I mean, the team they got surrounding him is going to preserve him for a little bit more.
They got to. They're going to have to get another wide receiver option. Zay Flowers is good, but they need somebody. They need somebody bigger. If they get somebody consistently bigger on third downs to catch a ball, so Lamar ain't got to run everywhere.
Yeah,
raising the whole city of Baltimore on his shoulders.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Could you imagine T. Higgins on Baltimore?
Oh man,
no.
I would love to imagine.
No, don't want to hurt T. Higgins like that.
Mm-hmm. Next guy, league winner,
the man, the myth, the legend.
Stays number 1 for me next year.
Oh,
okay.
I like it.
It's your guy.
Is that Saquon?
Saquon.
Well, we know what he did. I mean, he was backflipping. Broke a record in 17. We have to put an asterisk next to that record, though.
What?
The 17-game record.
Yeah. Because Eric Dickerson did it in 15 games.
Yeah, I mean, let's
15 or 16. 14, 16.
Yeah. Let's not. I mean, let's calm down with this, right?
They like to give these people all these awards for 17
and everything.
For 17 games.
You know what record they should have gave him? They should have given him the MVP. Is what they should have.
They should have.
They should have given him the MVP. The Giants. I'm sorry.
They made a mistake.
I'm sorry, y'all. That was bad. But
they gave all the money, to Daniel Jones.
So many clips of Hard Knocks after that backflip, that backwards hurdle.
Yep.
Came out on Twitter and Instagram, and everybody's just showing them, and the owner's like, I don't want to see Saquon go to Philadelphia. We can't do that. Oh, he's going to be okay. We're not going to lose him.
Lost him.
He's our best.
Signed Daniel Jones to a huge contract. Let Saquon walk out the door, and then had to cut Daniel Jones.
I hope they fired that boy.
He can't have much time left.
Hey, look, his kid was over there on Hard Knocks telling him to pick Jaden Daniels as quarterback.
He said, you only get this job once. You only get this job once. Go get him, and he didn't do it.
He didn't do it. He didn't listen to nobody.
Saquon Barkley, 22.2 average fantasy points a game. He was even struggled and still averaged that. You had week 15 where he only had 9.4, and Jalen Hurts. There's some talk right now that there might be outlawing the tush push.
Yeah, they're trying.
Green
Bay's proposing that.
Green Bay's trying to get rid of it. Don't get rid of it, but if they do, just give it to him short yardage. It's just going to be more chances for Saquon.
Look
but
here.
They're not going to outlaw
Look here, Green Bay. How about you learn how to do a tush push?
Yeah, learn how to
get
stop
you
it.
some stuff.
Hey,
stop it.
It's your job to stop it. Y'all are all grown men. Don't complain. Stop it.
They'll never outlaw it.
That play came from rugby. And they've been doing that for years.
Quarterback sneaks and all that's been going on, I don't know, forever. You know?
But the tush push came from the game of rugby. That's where that play came from. Yep. But the thing is, they've been doing that for so long, it's ridiculous. Yep. Why don't you call up somebody in England and learn how they stop all that
Jason Kelsey said, for the center, it's terrible.
Yeah.
For the center, you're just getting crushed. Yeah. He said, but it wins.
It wins.
It gets you in the end zone. It gets you first downs.
You remember they tried to outlaw the running back jumping over and on the goal line because of Van McElroy or because of Atwater. That didn't work either.
No.
So and that was concussion stuff.
This is football. Football's football. This is a human element. Let them go play. There are gladiators.
Yep.
They got helmets. You give them helmets.
Yeah,
let them go play.
They got a thing you put over the helmet now.
Yeah.
The Guardian cap.
They got a Guardian cap you put over the helmet.
Wear 2 of them. Wear 2 Guardian caps and a helmet.
Jesus.
Just walk around looking like giant marshmallows.
Like a marshmallow.
So
better idea. Play without a helmet.
There you go. That's a man's
That'd be
game.
the safety. That would be the most safe. Hey, if you ain't got a helmet, you ain't gonna spear nobody.
Nope.
No.
You're not gonna go head first in anything.
No. No. That kind of concludes our top 5 of who we've got come out, and those were your league winners, by the way. But I have a question proposed, y'all.
Okay.
Let's say Austin Gianti, first round talent.
Yep. Generational talent.
Do you think he comes out first round?
Yes.
Think? Okay. You think he's first round?
Yes, I do.
What? So wait, we were going in, right? And we saw what Bucky Irving did. We saw what some of these running backs were doing. Devin Chain, second year. Austin Gianti, let's say he goes, I don't know, eighth. Right before the Saints. Maybe the Raiders might take a chance on him that soon.
They should.
They need somebody.
Yeah. So, where do you next year draft? Have you looked? What round do you take him?
Which one? Saquon?
No,
Janty?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
got
in the dynasty draft, I take him pretty early.
In the dynasty, right? Because
Yeah.
I think he's going to be 10 years. I think
yeah.
you're going to get 10 great years out
it
of
really
him.
depends on what team gets him. It really does.
Yeah.
Because you'll get him on a team that has a good passing game, and then he'll be used, but he'll be 2 year, 3 years in before he gets into some real good, points. But if he gets on a team that has no other option and he becomes the bell cow, it's all day.
I'll tell you what I think. I think Rico Dowdle runs in Minnesota next year.
You think he's gone?
I think he's gone. And I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to
Pick up Ashton Genty?
Yeah, they're going to do whatever they got to do to get him. They've missed out on 2 running backs.
They should have took Derrick Henry.
Yeah. So
And they got rid of a decent running back who they gave up on after 1 season.
and it's not only
And Palmer.
him.
They definitely lost this year a lot because of their running back game.
So we know Jancy's coming out. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Ohio State. Henderson and Judkins are coming out, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Cam Scatterboo's
coming out. Have you seen some of the speeds they're running? We've seen at the combine the running backs.
Right.
What is it? All of them but 3 are over 200 pounds. Are running 4.4, 4.5.
Yeah. Yep. Man, those dudes.
These are
They look like
animals.
defensive ends running 4.5s.
Yep. We've had some 4.3s, 4.2s.
Yep.
Speed. They are getting faster and bigger and stronger.
I mean, the running backs were impressive. But
Yes.
I was very impressed with those edge rushers.
Man.
Yeah.
This dude, Pierce, from Tennessee.
Yes. And I
Look,
mean,
I'm the one that said, I want Ashton Genty on the Saints.
Yeah.
No, I do not. I want Pierce on the Saints. This dude is an animal, man.
Waddle has got to be the best. He's got to be the best player in this draft. I know everybody is on Shador, and you got Cam, and you got yeah,
Nope.
and then
Any other draft, they'd be second round picks.
Watch this. They're going to see teams that need quarterbacks, pass that dude up.
Oh, yeah.
They're going
Good.
to pass him up.
Pass him up.
yeah, and then
They're going to say, you know what, we'll wait till next year to get another quarterback.
Yeah, I watched the tape on this
Look,
dude, man.
I got so excited.
Drama.
I got so excited. I did a mock draft simulator, and Travis Hunter, he fell to number 9 as a New Orleans Saint.
That excited you?
I ran to enter and drafted him.
Why?
Because we need.
He wasn't the best cornerback, and he was not even close to the best wide receiver in college.
The Saints are probably going to be going. Taysom Hill's going to be gone.
Taysom Hill's gone.
He's a slash player. They can use him. He plays corner. They can put him at wide out.
So they're going to make him into Taysom Hill.
Look,
Another Taysom.
He's just a lot smaller.
he'll be better though. He's a better corner. He is such a good corner.
He's a better corner probably than what they have right now.
Yeah, Adebo's going to leave. So I mean, we should probably do before the draft. We should do a mock draft simulator, and we should.
Oh,
pick.
yeah, without a doubt.
Yep.
And see where we think everybody's going to land.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So that was our conclusion on running backs. What are we going to do next?
Wide receivers.
Wide receivers.
And I just want to show everybody why the wide receivers are not near as valuable as the running backs.
It happened this year. This year, RBs took over again.
Yep.
It was a physical league. So
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldera.
I'm the Shadow Lad.
Yeah, we're out.
Smashmouth Footballers.
This ain't no regular thing.
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.